Hello guys, this is Berke Yılmaz. Today I want to talk about two parts. First part is not best part, but world news, which is also I included 90% of coronavirus. Second part is world tech, so I included Elon Musk, Netflix and other things. So let's begin. First news about US track and field wants Olympic postponed. USA Track and Field has just published a letter calling for the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo to be postponed. Unfortunately, while our athletes are willing to push themselves to the athletics limit in pursuit of Olympic success, the letter states the chance that they will be able to train and compete as normal does not appear likely in the midst of this global crisis. We certainly understand that ramification of this request. The USATF letter continues, adding, but this position at least provides our athletes with the comfort of knowing that they will have adequate time to probably prepare themselves physically, mentally and emotionally to be able to participate in a safe and successful Olympic Games. USA Civil League has already asked for a postponement. On Friday, Norway's Olympic Committee became the first country to ask for a delay, and on Saturday, Brazil's Olympic Committee proposed holding the Games in 2021. So far, the International Olympic Committee has resisted calls to push back the Summer Games, which are due to begin in late July. The Sport and Right Alliance and the World Player Association, two organizations that together represent over 100 athletes, have also called for the IOC to review their plans. Second news from UK. Government to pay up to 80% of workers' wages. The government will pay the wages of employees unable to work due to the coronavirus pandemic in a radical move aimed at protecting people's jobs. It will pay 80% of salary for staff who are kept on by their employers, covering wages of up to £2,500 pounds a month. The unprecedented measure will stop workers being laid off due to the crisis, Chancellor Rishi Sunak said. Firms have warned the virus could see them collapse, wiping out thousands of jobs as life in the UK is put on hold. Mr. Sunak said closing pubs and restaurants would have significant impact on business. It is understood that the wage subsidy will apply to firms where bosses have already had to lay off workers due to the coronavirus, as long as they were brought back into the workplace and instead granted a leave of absence. The Chancellor said move would mean workers should be able to keep their jobs even if their employers could not afford pay them. He said they were unpredicted measures for unpredicted times. I know that people are worried about losing their jobs, about not being able to pay the rent or mortgage, about not having enough set by for food and bills. To all those at home right now, anxious about the days ahead, I say this: you will not face this alone, Mr. Stark added. The wages cover, which relates to gross pay, will be backdated to the start of March and last for 3 months, but Mr. Sunak said he would extend the scheme for longer if necessary. The scheme, which will be run by HMRC, is expected to make the first grants to business within weeks, a Treasury spokeswoman said. Supermarkets Tesco, Asda, Aldi and Lidl go on hiring spree. Supermarkets have gone on a hiring spree as demand surges as a result of the coronavirus crisis. Tesco, Asda, Aldi and Lidl said they would hire thousands of staff after gradually increased demand saw shoppers clearing shelves. That move came before the government said it will pay the wages of workers at firms affected by the pandemic. And Sainsbury's, he asked shoppers to stay 1 meter away from shop staff if possible to help keep them safe. Supermarkets have been overwhelmed by a wave of panic buying as shoppers rush to stock up amid the coronavirus pandemic. To combat the stock piling in recent days, major British supermarkets imposed limits on how much of each item shoppers can buy. Tesco, the UK's biggest supermarket, wants to take on 20,000 temporary workers to help feed the nation, it said. The COVID-19 pandemic has resulted in an unprecedented increase in demand for food and household products, the chain said. At Tesco, we are working around the clock to help ensure families have access to the shopping items they need. We launched our recruitment drive online on Wednesday, and since then we have already been overwhelmed by support from the public and thank everyone who has applied to work with us in stores. It added that over the coming days, thousands of new colleges will join us. The chain also announced on Saturday it will give all its workers across stores, distribution centers and customers engagement centers as 10% bonus on their hourly rate until 1 May, backdated to 9 March. Frontline salaried managers will receive a 10% bonus on actually hard work, it added. Asda said it wanted to rescue more than 5,000 temporary staff from among people whose jobs have been impacted by the virus, along with other measures to cope with the increased demand. Some of the chains have embarked on big recruitment drives for a total of more than 30,000 jobs. Last part is technologies. Netflix to cut streaming quality in Europe for 30 days. Netflix will slightly reduce the video quality on its service in Europe for the next 30 days to reduce the strain on internet service providers. Demand for streaming has increased because large parts of Europe are self-isolating at home due to coronavirus outbreak. The video streaming providers said lowering the picture quality would reduce Netflix data consumption by 25%, but movies will still high definition or ultra high definition for key. The change will apply to the UK as well as other European countries. Video quality, several factors influence how much the data is used when streaming a movie online. One of them is video resolution, including whether a video is high definition (HD) or ultra definition (4K. Another is bitrate, which influences how clear and smooth videos look when streamed online. Videos with a higher bitrate tend to look less blocky or pixelated but use more data. Out of these two, Netflix says it will cut its streaming bitrate. Customers who pay for ultra-high definition 4K movies as part of their subscription will still be able to watch 4K files. The announcement came after the phone call with European officials. Internet usage. Netflix has not yet said whether the bitrate reduction will be applied to other areas such as North America. Internet usage has been heated in the last few weeks as more people work from home and avoid going out. Telecoms giant Vodafone reported a 15% rise in internet use in Europe earlier this week. Facebook chief executive Mark Zuckerberg said on Wednesday that the platform was seeing big surges as users tried to stay connected with friends. The social media boss said the company typically saw its largest surge in new use on New Year's Eve, but that recent demand had outpaced that. Our last news from NASA and SpaceX. NASA and SpaceX mission to find space gold. NASA has asked Elon Musk, who owns the rocket company SpaceX, to help with a new mission. The aim of it is explore a giant metallic asteroid called 16-Scythe. It's often called the golden asteroid because it contains metals worth a lot of money. Gold isn't the only metal. It has a lot of large quantities of platinum, iron and nickel also make it very valuable. It's thought that if all the metal on the asteroid were valued, it would be worth a gigantic $15.8 chlorinated. That's 17 zeros followed by. But even if the spacecraft does successfully reach the asteroid, there are currently no plans for mining or to remove the metal. NASA says the trip is simply a research mission to examine what the asteroid is made of. The SpaceX mission will be NASA's first time investigating a world of metal wetter than rock and ice. In a statement, the space agency said the asteroid is considered unique as it appears to largely be made of the exposed nickel-iron core of an early planet, one of the building blocks of our solar system. The giant rock, which measures of 140 miles across, is found in an asteroid belt in our solar system, between Mars and Jupiter. NASA scientists believe 16th PC is a survivor of collisions between planets which were common when the solar system was forming. That means it could tell us Earth's core and the cores of the other planets were formed. If everything goes to plan, Musk's rocket building company SpaceX and NASA will launch an uncrewed spacecraft from Cape Canaveral in Florida in 2022, with the spacecraft arriving at the asteroid in 2026. This news published 10 days ago. We hope that mission not stop because of coronavirus. We will see that. Thank you so much guys watching that video. If you like that video, please like button, press like button and press subscribe button. Thank you.